FPL shareholders to make sure people know about that. You know, we've been fighting FPL for a long time about the power plants we're building here in Palm Beach County. But you also should know that FPL is the largest purchaser of oil and gas in Florida. In fact, they burn over 27,000 megawatts of oil and gas, which has us dependent on this system that's destroying our environment. We want people to join us if you can, May 21st at 9 a.m. It's on the flyer. There's also on the back side, there's a series of a list of items for relief work. If you can help us ship items to do relief in the Gulf and also in the Keys if or when needed. So please spread the word about that. And with that, I want to thank everyone for coming and pass the microphone off to Barry Silver, the co-chair of the Palm Beach County Environmental Coalition. Thanks, man.
Good to see everybody. Thanks a lot to Panayoti for all his efforts and for a lot of activists who are helping to put this together. The oil slick that we have out in the Gulf is largely the result of slick politicians. These politicians have taken an awful lot of money from the oil and gas industry, and then the agencies that are supposed to be watchdogs have now become lapdogs. If there's any politicians here, or anybody running for office, who wants to make a solid commitment, they will fight to protect our environment. I'd like to hear from them now. I know of one. His name is Eduardo Tativa. He took the time to be here with us. We're going to listen to what he has to say. This microphone is open to all of Palm Beach County. If there's any politicians who care about what's going on here, please come forward. We have another person in office, Suzanne, who's going to be speaking to us from Lake Worth. I'll turn it over to Ed. And then we'll hear from Suzanne. He's going to press it.
Hello, everyone. Let's make some noise so people can hear us so as it comes out. After what's been considered probably the worst oil spill in history, in American history, Ken Salazar, the Interior Secretary, has given permission for 27 new offshore drilling sites in the Gulf of Mexico. Two of them belonging to BP.
Oh my.
Exactly, this is failed leadership. We can no longer afford this. I am Ed Tativa. I'm running for Congressional 16th District here in Florida. I'm all about the future. As a matter of fact, these are two of my students. Give it up for them. What will be joining us? We have our youth here, and this is what we do. We have to lead by example as to what our future leaders can do for us. Please support us all now, and thank you everyone for coming out here today.
Thank you very much, Eduardo. My kid is here too, Ari. It's good to see some kids here. We're fighting for their future. Now we're going to hear from Suzanne Mulderhill. She's with the city of Lake Worth.
I want to thank everyone for organizing this, the Palm Beach County Environmental Coalition especially, to put something like this on and to help us raise our awareness of the importance and our responsibility to be involved in government. And we did, for those of you that recall, back in February, an event called Hands Across the Sand. We had several hundred people line this beach wearing black shirts to show and to demonstrate that we did not want to expand the oil drilling. This city, as far as I know, was one of the only ones in Florida that passed a resolution against additional oil drilling. Sorry.
Yeah!
And that is important. It's important because now that we've had this oil spill, we are, tourism, the environment, this is what we live here for, is to enjoy this. And this is what can be destroyed because of what's going on in government. So it is absolutely essential that each and every one of you are involved in local government, in local politics. Go to your commission meetings, stress to your commissioners the importance of what you want here in Lake Worth and in our country. And this isn't just happening here with oil. This is happening in every area of government, and that includes food. I mean, if I were to talk to you about what's happening with food, with our labels, all these things are happening happening in government, that we have to stay aware and alert and use your dollar as your vote. Thank you.
Well, now we can see who the people in office are who want to be in office, who are on our side. Good to see you. We hope we get more people coming in. We've also invited the religious community to be here. This is a religious obligation, a moral obligation, if you're spiritual or if you're not, to protect the environment. I've asked Larry Stauber to come here, representing the Unitarian Universalists. They are on the right side of virtually every single issue. I encourage you to go see them up in North Palm Beach. They got a great place. Want to say a few words? He wants to show his support. He's here. We appreciate that. We have Ed Titchener here from Reef Rescue. If there's ever anyone who's qualified to speak on this issue, it's him. He's out there all the time, diving underneath the ocean, protecting what we often don't see, but he's keeping his eye on it. Love for him to say a few words for us. Because we're trying to deal with global warming, we're also asking everyone not to spew too much hot air, so everybody's going to speak for about 3 or 4 minutes. They're doing great. Ed, where are you? All right.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot to add to what's already been said. It's pretty obvious what the problem is. And much of it is with the permitting process. These permits are rubber stamped. There's no control, there's no enforcement. And the same thing happens with beach renourishment projects and the sewage outflow in Palm Beach County. The whole system is corrupt. But I can tell you a little something about the coral reefs right now. The dispersant that they're spraying in the water is causing half of that oil not to come to the surface, and nobody knows where it's going. It's under the surface, and if you look at the latest projections, it's being caught up in the loop current today. And so it may be on its way, it may be on its way already here. We don't know what form it's going to arrive in. It's probably going to be below the surface, and it may wind up on these coral reefs because of all the dispersant they're putting in it. The dispersant is basically hiding half of the oil from the public. You're not going to get the oil on the beaches, which scares people. So you put dispersant in it, and it's below the surface. But there's twice as much oil out there as they're letting you know.
Thanks, Ed. Yay!